Welcome everyone. We are live streaming the sun right now. And do note that this is streaming completely live with a telescope. Thank you everyone that's joining. This right now, folks, we've all heard of the severe solar storm, geomagnetic storm, causing auroras all over the world, many parts of the world where people have never seen the aurora. So we are tracking this storm, geomagnetic storm on the sun right now. I have the sun live. The sun is live right now through a smart telescope. Thank you all of you who are watching. I'm looking at the live chat. We are live in two modes, folks. We are live on vertical stream and horizontal stream, so watch it in whatever way it is better for you, is easier for you. Either way is all good. We have the Seestar smart telescope tracking this solar storm, continuing to sync my telescope, and I want everyone to know that this is really not easy right now. The my telescope continues to disconnect back and forth. And this is probably due to this geomagnetic, this storm that's happening. We know that it can affect communications, devices. It can affect electricity. It can affect your power. So please, everyone, thank you for being patient. Thank you for being patient. Feel free to engage in the live chat to ask questions. It is very possible that my telescope could disconnect at various moments while it's tracking this storm. This is where the storm is, folks. Let me see if I can point to it there. If you notice that huge giant sunspot, that's where the storm is. But I had my telescope connected yesterday doing a live stream like this, and yesterday was totally fine. So I don't know. I'm having a lot of disconnection issues right now, and I really think it could be attributed to this solar storm because it affects, like I said, communications. It affects everything. It affects devices. It affects electricity and power. So bear with me in the event that it does get disconnected. I do get it back up and running ASAP as soon as possible. So thank you everyone for joining. Let me know where you're watching from. I know a lot. I've seen so many insane pictures of the aurora, of the northern lights from all over the world that it's absolutely mind-blowing. In places where you thought you could not see this, it's being viewed. So yeah, I'm trying. The storm, I would say that the sun activity has been really intense too, since I've been tracking this earlier today. But yeah, this has been an incredible thing to witness and to look at. And you are seeing it right there. You are seeing the storm. That sunspot that you're looking at is live. This is the sun right now. If you have clear skies, go and look at this. You are seeing the G5 geomagnetic storm. Yeah, you are seeing this. So thank you everyone for joining. Any of you who have smart telescopes or any telescope that have been tracking this as well, let me know in the comments. Looks like we've got a lot of people on both the vertical and the horizontal stream. And keep in mind, everyone, this storm that's happening, this geomagnetic storm, this is not a common event. This stuff that's happening is not common. This is a really special thing. So take advantage of this weekend, no matter where you are, almost, I would say, in the world, sort of. You are able to see the Aurora Borealis. You are able to see the Northern Lights. Keep in mind, everyone, that this extreme geomagnetic storm in 2003, it actually took out power in Sweden and it damaged power transformers in South Africa. So it is very possible to see, you know, power going out or disconnections of devices and things like that. And keep in mind too, there's nothing to panic. There's nothing to be fearful of. NASA says that despite the strong magnitude of this storm, they're emphasizing that these harmful radiations from the solar flares, they cannot pass through the Earth's atmosphere to physically affect humans. So, you know, however, this G4, G5 storm is considered severe because, like I'm mentioning, it is capable of causing technology issues, potential communication disruptions here on Earth. So, to all of you that have just barely joined this live stream, thank you, and consider subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. I see there's so many people watching from all over the world right now, from the UK, from North America. Thank you so much. I want everyone to know that, you know, like I was saying, there's nothing to be afraid of with this event that's happening, but instead be excited. Be excited for it, and go watch the Aurora Borealis tonight. The Northern Lights. There's people in London that are able to see this. And everyone, please keep in mind that something really interesting is that if you go outside and you cannot see it, okay? If you go outside and you're like, I don't see the Northern Lights, I don't see anything different right now, use your phone. What happens is that our phones can capture what our eyes cannot see, right? So use your phone, do a time-lapse mode on your phone, or just a regular video recording of the sky. Point it to the sky, and you will be surprised what your phone can capture. So all of you that have subscribed to the channel, thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe now. This helps the channel grow. This helps me to continue providing more streams, and it lets me know that you're interested in this type of content so I can continue doing this. This is a live telescope feed of the sun, like I'm saying. Let me know if this is the first time that you see the sun through a telescope. This is a live feed. I'm live in Southern California. Welcome all of you that are watching from all over the world, from the UK, from Texas, from Australia, from Asia. Thank you for tuning in. And keep in mind, everyone, since Wednesday actually of this week, there's been coronal mass ejections from the sun. This is what's causing this Aurora Borealis from everywhere. That has just been trending all over the world. It's just absolutely incredible. It's just absolutely incredible. If you are seeing the Northern Lights right now, depending what location you are in the world, if it's nighttime for you, let me know. Let me know if you've already seen this. I know so many of you have, you know, were able to witness the Northern Lights, and it's just incredible. And like I said, this is due to this geomagnetic storm. You are looking at the sun live right now, everyone. This is this incredible or what? Through a smart telescope. I'm going to zoom out there a little bit so you can, I'm zooming out so you can see a little bit better. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It's free. Feel free to send me a super thanks. If you're enjoying this content, feel free to send a super thanks. And you can donate in various ways. I'll send some links in the description. Thank you everyone that's joining. I'm looking at the live chat. I'm seeing in the live chat, some of you have never ever seen Aurora Borealis and you got to see it from your location. Congratulations to you if that's your first time seeing the Northern Lights. I'm sure it's just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sight. Feel free to, if you're enjoying this content, you find it valuable, feel free to donate. I'm putting links in the description. Feel free to send me a super chat, a super thanks on there. And consider subscribing like I mentioned. Thank you everyone. Welcome everyone that's watching. And let me know where you're watching from. And note that this geomagnetic storm, this solar flares, these auroras, they're continuing to happen into this weekend. So if you missed your chance yesterday to look at the northern lights, try to see it tonight. Perhaps go out to a dark sky. But like I said, if you don't live in dark skies, it is okay. You can try to see this even if you live in a city. I mean, I'm hearing that Los Angeles, California was able to see this, London, these huge cities that have so much light pollution. And like I said, if you're not able to look at it with the naked eye, turn on your phones, record it with your phone, and you will be surprised your phone can capture what your eyes cannot see. And that's incredible. Northern California was seeing these northern lights. People in Sweden, people in huge cities, people in the San Francisco Bay Area. If you were able to see this aurora, let me know. And look at the cause of this. It is exactly what you're seeing on screen. It's this storm. You see this active region. That's exactly it. It is so exciting. That's the geomagnetic storm. That's the solar storm. And you know, when you look at it, folks, it might look small. It might look small to you. It looks so tiny. And even the sun looks tiny on here, right? It looks like it's small. It looks like a small object. But the sun is huge. The sun is way bigger than Earth. It is so big that you cannot even fathom how huge the sun is. Thank you so much, Fabian. Thank you. I just saw your super thanks. Thank you so much. This really helps me to keep going, keep doing these live streams, and it helps me know that my viewers are enjoying this. Thank you so much, Fabian. I really appreciate that. If you want me to continue doing these live streams, hit the subscribe button right now. Feel free to donate. And thank you so much. Hit me up with the super chat, super thanks. Donate with the link there. Thank you, everyone. But yeah, imagine, like I said, the sun is just so big that so many Earths, hundreds, thousands, millions of Earths could fit inside the sun. That's how big the sun is. It is massive. We really can't imagine. That's why the sun has to be so far away from Earth, right? If not, we'd fry. You know, the sun is at a perfect location to Earth. That's why there's life on Earth, right? There's so far no life anywhere else but on Earth. The sun, the beautiful star that we have, the sun supports life on Earth. And it goes through these periods of cycles of solar storms, which is what we're seeing right now with this geomagnetic strong force, right? And that's why we're able to see the aurora borealis in places where we've never seen it before. This is, you know, for some people might be a once in a lifetime event, you know, because this might only happen every 11 years, every 20 years. And I want to celebrate right now. Thank you for my first super thanks on a super chat. Thank you so much for donating. I really appreciate that. So let's go science. Let's go technology. Thank you so much. And you're wondering, is Earth the size of one little dot in the video? You could pretty much say that. I would say, you know, some of these solar flare ejections that come out of the sun, it's like the size of 16 Earths. Can you imagine that? Can you absolutely even imagine that? Let me know, is it daytime or nighttime where you're at, where you're watching from? You have clear skies? Folks, know that you can see, do you see these sunspots that I'm watching, that you're watching right now live with me? If you go outside and it's daytime, it's clear outside, if you have solar eclipse glasses, put them on and go outside and you can actually see these storms. This geomagnetic storm, you can actually see it, these sunspots. I was actually watching it earlier before I started doing the live stream. And please never look at the sun directly with your eyes. Please make sure that you put on solar eclipse glasses, that your solar eclipse glasses are not torn, don't have any scratches on them, right? That these are certified in good condition eclipse glasses, and you can look at the sun. Don't just use your eclipse glasses whenever there's an eclipse. You can use them at any time to look at the sun. It's safe to use, right? And protect your eyes. Don't look at the sun directly, everyone. Do not. So protect your eyes. Do protect your eyes. And enjoy this event that doesn't happen every night. You know, that doesn't happen every day. If you have solar eclipse glasses, go look at these sunspots. You can guarantee you that you will see, especially this big one. You will see that if you put on your solar eclipse glasses and you go look at the sun right now, you will see that. These massive sunspots, these massive geomagnetic storms are not common. And yeah, they're incredible. They're incredible. So yes, I'm seeing everyone's questions in the live chats. Thank you, everyone. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already. If this is first time perhaps coming to this channel, or you've come back over and over again, please consider subscribing right now. It's free, it's easy. Just hit the subscribe button, whether you're watching through a vertical stream, through a horizontal live stream. Thank you, everyone. This is, yes, it's so true. This is unbelievably amazing. This is unbelievably amazing. Let me know if you're watching from any parts of the world that speak Spanish, or you speak Spanish. I also speak Spanish. Muchísimas gracias por estar en este stream en vivo. So I'm thanking all my Spanish viewers as well. Feel free to write in any language in the chat. In Spanish, in English, in Japanese, in Vietnamese, doesn't matter. Feel free to ask questions. If you have this telescope, guys, if you're interested in this telescope, I have links in the description if you'd like to get it. Feel free to check out the links in the description if you want to look at this as well from the comfort of your own home. It's like having NASA at your house. Feel free to look at the links in the description and check out this smart telescope. It's called the Seestar S50. And I'll put it in the chat. But it's also in the description, like I mentioned. So feel free to get yours as well. At the link in the description, it's there. Right now, I'm gonna look up more information for all of you on the news, because there is so much trending with these northern lights, with this geomagnetic storm. And so many people sharing incredible pictures of the northern lights. If you live near a dark sky location and national parks, please go out there tonight. You know, check your weather. Make sure it's clear skies, and go look at the Aurora Borealis. If you've never experienced that before, do yourself a favor and your family a favor. Go out there with family and friends. Take telescopes, take your cameras, record it. So if you missed yesterday the dazzling northern lights, you can get another chance possibly tonight and tomorrow. It's incredible. This is all over the news, folks, trending on USA Today, on CNN, on the Washington Post. If you look this up right now, this incredible display of the northern lights is continuing into the weekend. Let me know if you're going to go out, and where are you planning to see these northern lights. With this powerful geomagnetic storm, millions of people were able to see this magical glow of the northern lights on Friday night, yesterday. And people who have never seen it before. They're predicted to be visible from Alabama, North Carolina, Michigan, Detroit, Ohio. all these places were seeing it. Parts in Europe that had never seen it were watching the Northern Lights. Yes, go to Sequoia. Go to Sequoia National Park if you live in California. Go check that out. You can look at it at high elevation, even better. High altitude, 5,000 feet and above. It's incredible. So don't miss your chance. Don't miss your chance to watch this tonight again. And if it's already nighttime in your location and you are looking at it right now, please let me know. Please let me know if you have a smart telescope, the Seestar, and you want to share those pictures with me or on Instagram. Feel free to send them to me. You can follow me on Instagram as well. There's a link in the description for that. And share your pictures with me. I'd love to see them. I'd love to see the Northern Lights that you've captured. I'm going to zoom in as much as I can. Check it out. Can you believe this, guys? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this, guys. This is the storm. The geomagnetic storm, the G5 severe storm that's causing the Northern Lights all over the world. As far south as Texas and Alabama in the US. And it looks like we've got a slight disconnection with the telescope. And we're back. Wonderful. Thank you for staying with me. Look at, as a matter of fact, guys, if you saw my live stream yesterday, there were not this many sunspots. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Guys, there were not this many sunspots yesterday, so I have a feeling the Borealis tonight is going to get better. Okay, guys? Guys, listen to me. I'm serious. I'm completely serious. If you were tracking the sun just like me yesterday, or if you saw my live stream yesterday, it was not that many sunspots. I just realized right now that I'm looking at it. And if you go back to my live stream from yesterday, you will not see that many sunspots. You will not see it if you go back and look at the live stream. It was really not that many, folks. So I'm kind of wondering if this is going to be a more intense, a more severe, wow, Northern Lights tonight. And I'm checking up on the news right now. So as I'm talking to you guys, I'm looking at the NOAA, the NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration Space Weather Prediction. And they are suggesting everyone, they're releasing the forecast for Saturday night. It will be visible in Washington, Idaho, Montana, North Dakota, Minnesota, and more. So, wow, that's incredible. And I'm checking up for some of you guys in other areas. Will it be visible? Will it be visible in other areas of the United States or the UK? I'm looking into that right now as we speak. Guys, I have a feeling it's going to be massive tonight. Massive tonight. So in the DC area, Washington, DC, for sure, this was last night, for sure, the Northern Lights. And from what I'm seeing, Northern Virginia was able to see a rare glimpse also of the Northern Lights. So if you were able to see it, let me know. So yeah, so Northern Virginia, there's pictures online. I'm looking at them right now as we speak. In Reston, Virginia, at 4 a.m., people were up looking at the Northern Lights, folks. And the picture is beautiful, despite light pollution and cloudy skies. Early risers in Northern Virginia this morning, 3 a.m., 4 a.m., were able to see this once-in-a-lifetime experience. So folks, if you can go out, if you live in Shenandoah National Park or near it, Charlottesville, Maryland, Ruckersville, around the DC area, go look at this. So it's going to be incredible. It's going to be incredible. This is a severe geomagnetic storm, like I'm saying. I'm tracking the sun. We are tracking this live, and this continues to truly amaze us. I'm going to try to autofocus the sun a little bit here with the telescope. I really think this storm is affecting communications. Even it's disrupting my telescope. Here we go. I autofocus. That looks beautiful. That looks beautiful. It's trying to continue to autofocus. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Let me know where you're watching from, what parts of the world you're watching from. If you're in England, southern England, London was able to see northern lights. Parts of Germany, the sky looked pink at times. Austria. Folks, this is incredible. These are places that normally do not get the northern lights, and they were able to see it. So if you're watching from the UK, if it's nighttime for you and you're able to go see this, please watch it. Feel free to, if you'd like to continue supporting this channel, feel free to donate. Thank you to all of you who are donating. And are, that's a way to support this channel. Help me continue keep these live streams going. Thank you so much. Welcome those of you from England watching. Welcome. And to explain a little bit about why this is happening, why these geomagnetic storms are happening, why we're getting these solar flares. What's happening, folks, is that the sun is emitting massive, intense amounts of energetic particles. These particles then are going to Earth, correct? They're going to Earth in immense energy that has not been seen before, or hasn't been seen, I would say, in between 10 and 20 years. And these energetic particles, once they reach the Earth's atmosphere, and they reach the Earth, the magnetic poles of the Earth moves them to the north, such as the North Pole. It moves them also to the south. Okay, so that's why people that are in the north, very, very north, Alaska, Iceland, all those places, those are hot spots, right? To look at the northern lights, because the Earth's magnetic field will push this solar storm, the solar energetic particles to both parts of the world, the Earth, to the north and to the south. And that's how you're able to see the northern lights, because those energetic particles will mix with the Earth's atmosphere, the chemicals in the Earth's atmosphere, such as the nitrogen, such as the hydrogen, the oxygen, right? And it creates those colors. It creates those incredible colors. Bear with me there for a minute as my scope seems to lose connection. It is auto reconnecting, so give it a minute. I really think it's disruptive because of these problems with the geomagnetic storm. There it goes. It's actually doing that on its own. It's reconnecting, folks. Awesome. We are back. I'm going to click on autofocus. I'm going to click on track. So, has anyone by any chance even lost power due to this? These kind of events can trigger power outages. If you heard me earlier, as this video was starting earlier, I was mentioning that in 2003, these kind of storms damaged transformers and power in South Africa. Power went out even in Sweden. So that is wild stuff. It really shouldn't. It's not going to happen for the whole world or anything like that. But it could be locations where your power does go out, which is very, very wild stuff. As a matter of fact, folks, SpaceX said today and yesterday that they were worried about their satellites that are, above Earth, right? They were worried that they were going to disconnect, but so far they're staying steady. But they are actually concerned about that. So this is real. this geomagnetic storm continues tonight, continues into the weekend. Try to see this tonight. And enjoy it with your family and friends. Take out your phone. If you can't see it with the naked eye, like I mentioned, take out your phone and record it. Your phone can capture what your eyes cannot see. And it might be able to capture the lights, the green, pink, and the northern lights. I'm noticing some of you in the chat saying you have a telescope just like this and you're capturing the same thing with the sunspots. That's awesome. Like I have a little bit of a connection problem and with the device, but trying to get it back up. Thank you for your patience, everyone. Yesterday I was doing this live stream as well, and it was totally fine. We didn't have any disconnections, but today I'm having, I honestly think, like I said, the solar activity is a lot more intense, and it could really be disrupting communication. So yeah. Some of you asking in the chat, will this continue tonight? Yes, it will. The Aurora Borealis. That is correct. Let me try and connect my telescope. Solar. I'm gonna, while the telescope continues to try and find my sun again, I'm gonna continue looking up more information on the northern lights, since it's just trending like crazy on the news. So the northern lights forecast is, like I mentioned, for Washington, D.C., Maryland, Virginia. More for tonight, in case you missed it. It was also spotted it as far down as Texas and Alabama, California. So Georgia as well. Georgia, and I'm talking about Georgia, U.S. Let me look at my sky atlas. You see my sun there, everyone. So I'm trying to make it sync again. Let me go to. It looks like keeps losing my sun there for a minute. This yesterday, if you saw my live stream, if you were watching, we didn't have any of these connection problems, but it's okay. You know, this stuff happens. We're doing the best we can. Let me go get my telescope is trying to sync again. So let me press sync. Okay, looks like we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it, guys, because we want to keep tracking this solar storm. Awesome. Let's see if I can minimize solar. There we go, everyone. Let's get a super thanks on that super chat. There we go, folks. Thank you. Look at this beauty. All right, thank you. Folks in Canada. I had friends in Canada as well. I see what you're saying in the chat. Yes, some friends in Canada that actually drove out a little bit further north, Manitoba, to see the northern lights. And they were tailgating out there with their trucks, and they were looking at it. It's absolutely incredible. They were sending me pictures yesterday, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful. It's so worth it. Feel free to donate to this channel, folks, if you're enjoying this content. Thank you, and thank you for subscribing. How do any of you have any other traditional telescopes or smart telescopes that you've been tracking also this storm? I'm curious. Anybody else in the chat? Let me know if you are also trying to track this stuff. I'm going to check if I should go outside real quick and check on my scope because it keeps disconnecting. Okay, look at that. Look at that, guys. It's incredible. It's just incredible. Do you see that solar spot? Do you see that sunspot? That's the storm. That's the storm. And we're tracking it live. This is the sun live right now for those of you just joining. Those of you just joining, this is a live smart telescope. We are absolutely live looking at the sun. And you know also why it's such an incredible time for the northern lights to appear at this moment is because we have it's a new moon. We're around the time of a new moon, which means that the moon is not visible in the sky, so that helps reduce, you can say, light pollution to be able to look at this phenomenon of the northern lights and the auroras. So yeah, that's what's helping us to be able to see it even better. You know, so it's the timing is just wonderful. The timing is just wonderful. So let me zoom in here. Trying to connect my device again. And go to the sun. Let me see if I can get Aurora. Thank you so much for donation that I just got. Thank you so much. There's 2 separate live chat, folks, depending where you're watching from. The vertical stream or the horizontal stream. And thank you so much, Zool Drones. Thank you for your donation. And that's what this channel is about. It's about helping people to learn how to use smart telescopes. Someone had mentioned to me that they felt that my channel was like a giant instruction manual to help people use a smart telescope, and I thought that was right on point. So if you're curious about telescopes, wanting to get a telescope, go for it. This is one of the best telescopes out there that you can get for the price, what you get, and what you can see in space. If you love space content, check out the link in the description for this smart telescope. And my goal is to help people with this channel be more aware of space, be more aware of how anyone nowadays can have a telescope. They're easy to use. They're so easy to use. And this channel is all about that, of doing live streams, looking at space objects, and being able to look at what's out there and bring the cosmos down to Earth. Let's go solar here. Trying to connect this, so and there we have it. There we have it, folks. Let's let it get into the center of the screen as the Seestar tries to connect it and bring it in. And thank you once again to Zool's Drones for your super chat, for your super thanks, and Fabian Barajas. Thank you so much. And I hope this channel is valuable to you. If it is, please subscribe, and that you're able to learn how to use smart telescope. Folks, this is kind of interesting. Have you noticed that the color of how we were looking at the sun earlier, if you joined earlier the live stream, if you've been watching since the beginning, it's kind of changed. This is really interesting. It's almost like a wow. I'm not exactly sure what this means, but it's like a more, earlier we kind of saw it like as a more orangey color, right? And let me know in the chat if you've been watching this for several minutes now. Have you noticed the difference? So the sun is more of a, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. We've got beautiful weather, beautiful clear skies in my location in Southern California right now. And if you see the local time is there, it's 12:15 noon, 12:15 p.m. And notice folks how the sun, I'm gonna move this really quick here. Notice how the sun is literally a different tone, a different shade of color from what it was, I'd say 10, 15, 30 minutes ago. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but it's a beautiful true color. I haven't played with any filter settings or with any settings here with my telescope, with the brightness scale, with the gain, with the exposure settings, nothing at all. This is natural, raw, and real. So this is kind of mind-blowing to me to see this, how it's like literally a different shade of color. It's absolutely beautiful. And the sunspots, like I mentioned, folks, the sunspots yesterday, if you go back to my live stream from yesterday, it was not this many sunspots. So I'm telling you guys, look at the northern lights tonight. This has to be explosive tonight, because I didn't see these many sunspots yesterday. And I'm gonna zoom in. This is kind of blowing my mind. This is absolutely just beautiful, folks. I'm blown away. I'm blown away. I'm blown away. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. If you recently got this same smart telescope, let me know how you're enjoying it. I know a lot of people that have been new to this channel, that have found my channel, are saying that, you know, after watching this channel, they went out and got this telescope. I'm flattered. That's really awesome, folks. So that's what this channel is about, bringing the space down to earth and helping everyone enjoy this content, learning how to use telescopes. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Wow, I can't believe how the sun looks right now, folks. It's really fascinating. And I apologize that it disconnects on and off. Like I said, I didn't have this issue yesterday, but it is what it is. And yeah, I know we've got some high winds, you know, and it could be affecting that, but I really wonder if it's just this whole geostorm that's happening that's affecting, you know, communications and things like that. It affects satellites, it affects so many things. I wouldn't be surprised if it's affecting my smart telescope. So I'm trying to continue reconnecting to bring you guys this live stream, and thank you for tuning in with me as we look at the forecast. So millions in the US are expected to continue seeing the Aurora Borealis this weekend, folks. Millions. As well as if you're in Europe, if you're in the UK. I'm hearing that people even in Seattle were able to see this. This is interesting, the changing of the colors of the sun. through the telescope from what I'm looking at. I'm kind of mind blown and wondering why. Okay, so folks, what I'm seeing that's on the news, the NOAA, NOAA, are saying that they are bumping up the geomagnetic storm watch for May 11th, which is today, to a rare level. So solar activities continues extremely high. So this solar activity is increasing. So space weather predictions, space weather experts, like I said, NOAA, stands for the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. They do space weather predictions and things like that. And they are bumping up. I'm not surprised. I'm looking at this right now, folks, on the news. So I'm currently Googling all of this and giving you guys accurate sources. I'm not grabbing anything from wherever, okay? They're saying that they're bumping up this weekend's geomagnetic storm watch to a level G4, which is the second highest on the scale. So that it's exactly then what I was predicting. What I was mentioning earlier is that if I'm seeing this many sunspots, it's got to mean something. It's got to mean that this is bound to be even stronger northern lights, stronger aurora borealis, stronger intensity tonight. And this is rare, according to what they say, folks. This doesn't happen every day. This watch level of G4, G5, it's rare. So this is coronal mass ejections that are reaching Earth, creating highly elevated geomagnetic activity. So this is awesome, folks. I mean, next weekend is most likely might not be like this. So enjoy it while you can. Enjoy this intense eruption of solar material that's reaching Earth and causing aurora borealis and northern lights in places that have never seen it. Enjoy that. Enjoy it, folks. So they're also saying, everyone, that there's a threat for widespread problems with voltage control and impacts to the grid, which is exactly what I was mentioning earlier. No need to panic, right? There's no need to be worried, no need to be fearful. But it's good to know if should your power go out, should your power randomly go out, that could be why. So satellite and low frequency radio navigation systems, which in other words means GPS, could be disrupted. Spacecraft operations could also have issues. And you're wondering, what on earth? Spacecraft. Yeah, like there's satellites out there. You know, I was mentioning earlier, SpaceX was literally saying they were concerned about this geomagnetic storm, that it could disrupt their satellites. So, you know, this is interesting. Should your power go out? Because in 2003, the last time this kind of event kind of happened, you know, it's about 20 years ago, power was knocked out in Sweden, South Africa, transformers. So it's very possible for it to happen again. So the current forecast has the northern half of the U.S. again in view of the path. Best chances in Montana, Minnesota, Wisconsin, the Dakotas. Keep in mind though, even though it's saying that mainly the northern areas of the U.S., folks, keep in mind, people as far south as Florida, as far south as Miami, folks. Miami, Florida. What in the world? Miami, Florida was seeing the northern lights. Can you imagine that? Like, I mean, when I think about that, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. How on earth is Miami able to see the northern lights? If you're watching from Miami and you saw this last night, can you please let me know in the chat? So as far down as Alabama, Houston, I grew up in the Houston area, and I was seeing pictures from Houston, near Houston, North Houston, of people getting it on their phones with the northern lights. That's crazy. If you're loving this content, folks, subscribe. Consider subscribing. Consider subscribing. Because I want to continue bringing you more live streams. If you're loving this, and you know what? When there's more insane space events, I want to bring it all to you guys. So subscribing just tells me that, hey, you know what? I like this. I want to see more of this. I want to see more live space. I even do live deep space streaming with the telescope. So it's not just the sun, not just the moon. Those are beautiful objects too, but I do deep space. If you check out my other live streams here on this channel in the live tab, you will see galaxies, streaming live content of galaxies, folks. So anyway, as I was saying, going back to these lovely auroras that you're going to want to catch, people in Miami were seeing this, folks, in the tropics. Areas of the tropics that would do never in a million years would you think it'd be visible there. So make sure that you catch a glimpse of this tonight. If it is nighttime for you from where you're watching, can you please let me know in the live chat? If you are looking at the aurora right now. Folks, I see someone in the chat saying people will sometimes go to Alaska and then they go home without seeing anything. I was just reading that a news event. Thank you for pointing that out, Moon Fan. I was seeing that earlier from a famous astrophotographer who chases northern lights, and they chase events like this. They have spent thousands of dollars on going to Alaska or going to Iceland to try to catch these northern lights, and guess what? They say they come back empty-handed with no proof, no northern lights. They take their telescopes, they take their cameras, and they don't capture anything. And they're so sad because, you know, not only that, but you spent not just time, but thousands of dollars. And imagine that now people, you can just see it from your backyard almost no matter where you are in the US. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars. So keep that in mind, and if you can look at this tonight, go look at it. If you have solar eclipse glasses, put on your solar eclipse glasses right now if the sun is out. Put them on and go look at the sun, and you will see these spots, these solar spots that you're seeing on the screen. I'm guaranteeing you will see it on the sun. Make sure your solar eclipse glasses are in good condition and they have no tears, nothing like that, right? And go out there and look at your sunspots, because you're literally seeing these sunspots are bigger than Earth. Bigger than Earth, so it's incredible. Let's get the sun back in there. I'm having so much communication issues between my tablet that I'm streaming this on and my telescope, folks. I've never had these many issues. It really could be just the solar storm. I mean, that's the only thing I can attribute it to right now. I'm not 100% sure. I was looking at the sun earlier with my solar eclipse glasses, even just to make sure that I could go live, that the clouds weren't in the way, that everything was clear. The sky is beautiful and clear. And I flipped out because these same solar spots that you're seeing, I was looking at it through the solar eclipse glasses. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. With such a small, simple telescope, folks, if you're curious about this telescope, there's a link in the description. But with such small, simple, these are smart telescope, you know, they use algorithms, they use AI to make a user experience just very, very easy for you. Very easy for you to learn how to use these smart telescopes. If you're curious about it, check out all the videos that I have on this channel. Because it will teach you. It will teach you how to use these smart telescopes. Anyone can use them, folks. Not just scientists, not just astronomers, not just, you know, people who are specialized in these hobbies or in these fields. You can do the same thing, and you can grab a telescope and do this as well. So check out the link in the description if you're interested in this kind of telescope. Let me know in the chat, where are you planning to see the northern lights from? Where are you planning to go tonight? Or where are you to see this? Let me know. Let me know where you're planning to see this tonight, folks. I'm seeing the live chat, people saying wow, saw the northern lights for 3 nights in a row. That's beautiful. That's incredible stuff. That is very fortunate. Like I was saying, some people will go to Alaska, will go to Iceland. They try to see the northern lights and they can't. Can you imagine spending thousands of dollars and not able to see it, traveling there from other parts of the world? And you're not able to see it. So I'm glad that some of you have already seen the northern lights, no matter where you are, no matter where you travel to or where you go. And if you've never seen this spectacular show, folks, tonight is your night. If you missed it yesterday, it's okay. Don't be sad. Don't be sad. Watch this tonight. It's going to be insane throughout the weekend. And like I was mentioning earlier, if you just joined, I was mentioning earlier that the space weather experts are calling out for right now the geomagnetic storms. The solar intensity is increasing, which means we could get even more insane, blasting, incredible, magical northern lights heavier tonight. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Let me know that you love this channel. Let me know that you're loving this live stream. Let me know that you want me to continue bringing you this truly valuable content. Bring space down to earth to all of you, so we can all continue learning and sharing this experience together. So subscribe if you find this valuable. It's free. Hit the subscribe button. Let me know. Thank you so much. I'm looking at Northern Lights forecast for tonight. And guess what, folks? Mount Hood in Oregon. Have you ever been to Mount Hood in Oregon? They've got some gorgeous pictures from last night. It's predicted also for tonight. So if you didn't go out to see the Northern Lights Friday night in Oregon, you have another chance tonight. Go look at this tonight. So these flares from the sun, they're called X-class flares, X. And they're remaining active in the past 12 hours. So Saturday night into Sunday morning, this is continuing. If you happen to wake up super early, make sure you're out there, you're outside, and you get your phone out there. If you feel like you can't see anything, your phone can capture, like I've said multiple times, your phone will capture what your eyes cannot see. So your phone will be able to capture, if you start recording or taking pictures, it will capture the northern lights even if you can't see it with your eyes. So the Space Weather Prediction Center, which is NOAA, N-O-A-A, is saying that the northern lights will be visible almost over all of Oregon Saturday night, which is tonight. Come on, folks. If you're out in Oregon, please don't miss this. If you're out, honestly, anywhere, not just Oregon, do not miss this event. Western New York, Buffalo was able to see the northern lights. Arizona, Arizona, folks in Arizona, folks in Alabama, North Carolina, let me know where you're watching from. Go watch this. I've saw incredible live streams from northern London that were looking at the northern lights. Blowing my mind. Blowing my mind. Okay, so if you're in Florida, as far south as Florida, folks, Miami was looking at the northern lights. So all this weekend they're saying Southern California. Okay, folks, this is crazy. I'm just seeing that there's a prediction of possible interference with navigation and communication systems, Southern California and Texas. So I'm in Southern California and I'm having a lot of issues with my telescope that keeps disconnecting due to this solar activity. So this explains why my telescope has been acting wild. There's a New York Times article right now that's talking about it. Potential disruptions. So that is kind of wild. Potential blackouts. Folks, keep this in mind. So, wow, this is kind of mind-blowing to me. They're predicting these blackouts. Wow. Okay, let's hope we don't have a blackout right now. Yeah, these coronal mass ejections, CMEs, resulting in beautiful, vivid aurora borealis, but potential blackouts, like I was mentioning earlier, it happened back in 2003. Sweden knocked out power, lost power. South Africa, their transformers as well. Nothing to be afraid of, right? This isn't to instill panic in the public or anything like that. You know, there's nothing to be afraid of, folks. The sun goes through these solar activities all the time, every 10 to 20 years. So, you know, this stuff just kind of happens, and you know, we just have to deal with it. But it creates exciting moments, such as what's happening now with the aurora borealis being seen from parts of the world that have never seen it. So it's a dazzling display, it really is, with this extreme geomagnetic storm. And man, I'm telling you guys. This is rare. You know, I mean, something that happens every 20 years or so, it's rare. It's rare. So many people on social media sharing their snaps of this. There's the pictures or shots of this northern lights in London and in southern England. And if you want to follow me on social media, besides please hitting the subscribe right now, feel free to check the link in the description of my Instagram. You can follow me there. And as I post more interesting space things on social media, feel free to follow me on there. It's free. So, folks, the best aurora views are coming from phone cameras. Okay? If you have a Seestar tonight, try putting on your scenery mode. I don't know if it'll work in the nighttime, how well you can see, but that's what I want to try tonight and see if we can get some aurora in there. But keep that in mind. Your phone camera can capture light better than the naked eye. Okay? Our eyes are marvelous things, but you know, sometimes we can't see the northern lights with just our eyes, especially if you're in a city. You have a lot of light pollution, but take out those phones so you can get those green, pink hues of the northern lights. A lot of people are able to see it once they pull out their phone. Maybe with the naked eye you can't, but with your phone you can. So they're saying even when this storm is over, signals between GPS and ground receivers could be disrupted, scrambled, lost. So, but because there's so many navigation satellites, any outages will really not last that long. Okay, so that's why I'm saying there's no need to fear this stuff, right? You know, so if there is an outage in your area, a disruption, maybe your cell phone signal or things like that, or just electricity goes out, it shouldn't last long. You know, the grids should be able to handle this, or depending what part of the world you live in. You know, they're aware of this stuff that's happening, and you know their goal is to keep everyone running well. So all coming from these strong solar flares from the sun, outbursts of plasma since Wednesday. And what's happening is that each one of these eruptions, they're known as coronal mass ejections. They contain billions of tons of plasma and magnetic field from the sun's outer atmosphere, or corona. So those billions of tons of plasma, these sun burps, as some people would like to call it, they reach the Earth. Once it reaches the Earth, it reaches the atmosphere, and it goes to the North Pole, the South Pole. It mixes with the atmosphere's chemical, or the elements, nitrogen, right, hydrogen, and that's what's creating those glows of the northern lights, the the aurora borealis. And folks, these flares with the sunspots are saying the flares seem to be associated with the sunspot that's 16 times the diameter of Earth. Let's zoom in. It's this one right here. Can you absolutely believe that that's 16 times the diameter of Earth? I mean, unbelievable stuff. Unbelievable stuff. Sorry, it's a bit windy and my scope is shaking. I don't have too much stability there on my tripod, on the legs of the telescope. But imagine, I mean, like I said, you look at the sun right now. We're looking at it live. For those of you just joining, it doesn't look big, right? You're just seeing it on your little screen, maybe on your phone, maybe on a computer, on a tablet right now. It doesn't look big, but I'm telling you, how millions of Earths fit inside the sun. That's how big the sun is. Raw and real, folks. And so what happens is, oh, I think a bird just flew, or that might have been a satellite, but I think it was a bird just flew across the sun. I don't know if anybody caught it. Let me know in the chat. I just saw it. That was pretty cool. But what I was gonna say is, you know, the Earth is massively huge, so that's why these sunspot that you're seeing, is 16 times the diameter of the Earth. So it is way bigger than the Earth, obviously bigger than many Earths put together. You know, it looks small on your screen, but it's not. What's happening is that there's solar activity ramping up as the sun approaches the peak of its 11-year cycle. And these storms, from what NASA says, they pose no serious threat, even to the astronauts that are aboard the International Space Station, thankfully, right? You know, so nothing to be afraid of, not even the astronauts in the space station. How cool is that? But it does threaten, like, satellites, communications, sensitive instruments. Need to try to avoid this damage. And there are focused spacecraft right now that are monitoring all the action. I've just been told that I have 1,300 subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing. This live stream has brought in dozens of subscribers. This is incredible. Thank you. So, and I'm seeing some of you in the live chat. I've got 2 different live chats going, folks, because I've got a vertical stream. Pick your choice if you want to watch this vertical stream or horizontal stream. Someone in one of the chats, Kermit Snapper, thank you. Transformers can be damaged. Yes, that's right. Computers can be damaged. That's exactly correct. And as I was saying, I'm wondering if that's why it's affecting my telescope, is just going in and out, in and out. in and out, folks. Looks like we've got some clouds over the sun. Do you guys see that? It's actually pretty beautiful. Hopefully my skies will stay clear. Wow. Let me see, I'm looking at my weather now. We've got clear skies. Looks like a few clouds coming in. Oh, do you see that? Oh, wow. Looks like a few clouds are coming in. Yeah, and I'm looking outside right now. It looks like my clear skies might be... Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful if you're seeing this. Give me a thumbs up there on the chat. Give me some hearts. Wow. Let's hope if we have too many clouds, folks, we're gonna have to cut out the stream, but you know, I don't think it's too severe, because you know, then if there's too many clouds I can't see the sun, right? I'm glad we're still connected. Thank you for still connecting with me. I am in Southern California. It's a beautiful 71 degrees Fahrenheit. And we've got some wind gusts that are about 12 miles per hour, which is why my telescope could sometimes disconnect. And sometimes you're seeing, you know, it's shaky a bit. But we're hanging on. We're hanging on strong. And thank you to all of you that are subscribing right now as we speak, that have already. Those of you that are donating too, thank you so much. If you want to continue seeing these live streams, check out the link in the description to donate. And I'm running a special right now. If you love space, I have exclusive space merchandise that you can't find anywhere else. So you can support this channel by getting exclusive merch. I have everything 15% off in the Astro Room store. Use the code that I put on there. Use the code 1K subs 15 and you're gonna get a discount on everything. Browse the collection for free, folks. Yeah, it's a way to support the channel, and so many people watching from everywhere. This is intense, folks. So 15% off everything on the shop. Check it out. This live stream has been, I think, one of the most exciting live streams, guys, that I've ever done, because it's just, I'm loving all you guys chatting me and just all of us engaging and learning from this that's happening. And it's so fun. Colombia, bienvenidos a los que hablan español de Sudamérica, de Venezuela. Yo soy de Venezuela. Bienvenidos. I'm welcoming all my Spanish viewers. Feel free to speak Spanish in the chat. I speak Spanish as well. Bienvenidos. Muchísimas gracias por estar aquí conmigo. Tenemos en vivo el sol. En vivo. If you are able to see the northern lights, the Aurora Borealis, I haven't heard anything about South America yet. I should look it up right now as we speak. Let me know if you're in South America and you're able to see the northern lights. Si están en Sudamérica, en Venezuela, Colombia, otras partes de Latinoamérica, en México, y pueden ver el corona boreales, perdón, el aurora boreales, las luces norteñas que las llaman. Let me know if you're able to see it. Déjame saber si lo han visto, porque no he escuchado tanto del Sudamérica que ha podido ver la nueva aurora boreales. Okay, so let me know if you're in certain parts of the world that people aren't talking about frequently and you're able to see the northern lights, such as South America. I haven't heard anything. Bienvenidos. I haven't heard anything, but let me know. Déjenme saber si han visto esto que ha pasado, que es muy raro. las luces norteñas, las luces que solo se ven en Islandia, en Groenlandia, en Alaska, que se están viendo en todas partes del mundo. Déjenme saber si las pueden ver en México o en Sudamérica, posiblemente México, porque Texas ha estado viendo este fenómeno, y si lo han visto en la noche, déjenme saber. Yes, I'm transmitting. I actually just have my iPad, if you're curious how I'm doing this setup, my tablet, my smart telescope, number one, my smart telescope hooks up to my tablet. It has an app. So I am in the app of the smart telescope. I point my telescope to the sun. It automatically feeds to the app. And then I use a special program called OBS to live stream to all of you, where my tablet is hooked up to my computer and I'm able to stream. So really anybody can look at the sun like this with this telescope, folks. So there's a link in the description if you want this telescope. Check it out in the link in the description. And yeah, and you can also get this telescope, and you can do this. You can watch the sun, the moon, deep space, galaxies with your family and friends. So super easy. Super easy to do that. Anybody can look at the sun with a telescope, folks. It's easy access. And if you do get this telescope, check out all my content. My channel is dedicated to helping people. It's like a giant instruction manual to help people navigate the world of smart telescopes. If you're curious, I have so much videos that is teaching people how to use a smart telescope. And I will put the name of it in the stream. I will put the name of this telescope is the Seestar S50. So check it out. The links are in the description of this telescope, and you can get this yourself too. Get this yourself too. Seestar S50. It's a smart telescope. Anybody can look at the sun, look at deep space with the smart telescope such as this. Welcome all my viewers from Asia. Anybody from Asia? Konnichiwa, annyeong, xin chào. Wow, thank you. So many people subscribing right now. Let me know if you are very, very far south in the US or South UK or Europe or the EU, and you are able to see the northern lights. I'm very, very curious what parts of the world that many people are unaware of are able to see the northern lights. I am very, very curious. The sun looks beautiful. Yes, it does. I'm seeing all of you on live chat. And all of you can have this telescope. It's so easy to use. It's actually really simple, guys. The learning curve is not difficult. Thank you for joining me on this live stream. Subscribe if you haven't already. Suscríbanse si no se han suscrito a este canal y piensan que esto tiene mucho valor para ustedes, porque están viendo el espacio en vivo. Y vean mis otros videos en este canal que les enseñan cómo usar el telescopio inteligente, el Seestar S50. Suscríbanse si ustedes piensan que lo que estoy trayendo es valioso, y si quieren seguir aprendiendo más y ver más en vivo el espacio, ahí aprieten el botón que dice subscribe, suscríbanse, es gratis. this telescope, when you're looking at deep space galaxies, even from extremely light polluted areas, you'd be surprised. It's incredible to see deep space, like galaxies, nebula. Check out the other videos here on my channel where I've gone live looking at deep space. Okay, at deep space. And it's absolutely incredible. You can also see some of my pictures on Instagram. If you follow the link in the description, you can see some of my pictures on the community tab on this channel. If you're curious what kind of images, also go into all my videos on this channel so you can look at all of this. So you can look at how incredible this Mart telescope is. We're just focusing on the sun right now. We're just focusing on the sun right now, but you know, it can see way more, and even the moon. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining this live stream. The Astro Room is out because I have to go do Aurora Borealis Northern Lights chasing, and I have to go and charge my telescope to get ready for tonight. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for the donations. Check out the links in the description. Subscribe if you want to know more also about this telescope. Thank you so much. Goodbye, everyone.